Good morning, students. Today we are going to start with a new chapter, that is chapter number 5, more on HTML5. In this chapter we will learn about definition and purpose of CSS. CSS is an acronym for Cascading Style Sheet. It was introduced by the World Web Consortium to enhance the presentation of web pages. It was earlier done using the basic HTML tags and their attributes. CSS allows the content of a web page to be separated from the layout of the web page. CSS is the set of rules that govern how the elements in a web page are displayed. It focuses on the style and design of the content. The CSS let you control the look and feel of multiple pages of a website using a single sheet of text. Thus, it reduces the length of the code. CSS is used to change the appearance of the content of the web pages. A CSS document is composed of various styles and rules that are read and interpreted by a browser to arrange the contents on a web page. The style rule is written as per the syntax. So the syntax is selector, property, value, property, value, and so on. The selector over here refers to the tag to which the style is to be applied. For here, in an example, we can see the selector is H1. The property, a property is a style or attribute to be applied to the selector. So here the properties we can see in the example are color and font style. Value, every property has a value according to which the selector is replaced. So we can see we have a blue value and we have a 12 value in the example. Now let us see about different methods of applying CSS. The first method to apply the CSS is external style. It is used when the style is to be applied together to a set of web pages or to a complete website. It is done by creating a separate CSS file. The second method of applying CSS is internal style. Internal style is used when you want to apply some effects to a particular web page. It is added to the head element of the web page by writing the code statement inside the style tag. For example, we can see over here there is a head tag and there is a style tag. Body, the body acts as selector. The background color acts as a property and linen stands for value. So this is how you can apply the internal style. The third method of applying CSS is inline style. It is used when you want to apply a style to a particular instance of an element. So what is the syntax of an inline style? We can have the element name style, property, value, and so on. For example, we have a body style, that is the element name style. Background color stands for property and red stands for the value. So this is how you can apply inline styles to various styles in a particular element. So we will see in detail how to apply this CSS. So this is just an example of coding, how you can apply the inline CSS, how you can apply the internal CSS, and how you can apply the external CSS. Now first I will practically show you how to apply an internal style. So for that you have to open a notepad on your computer screens. So here I am going to open the notepad and you have to first type the head tag. So the head tag we are having an angle bracket. So this is the head tag and I have to close the head tag. For closing we have an angle bracket, forward slash and a head, and again close the angle bracket. So this is your head tag. Then we have a style tag. For the style tag, again use the angle bracket and write it style. And again you have to close the tag. For closing, again do a forward slash style and close the tag. So this is your head tag and this is your style tag. So style tag is important for writing the code statement in internal style. Then you have to write body. Body stands for your selector. Open the curly bracket. Write the property. For property, I am using the background. So this is your background. So let it be hyphen color. So what color you want to apply to the background? So let it be red. Okay, and this is your red is your value, and close it with the semicolon and close the curly brackets. Okay, so this is how you can apply the style tag to the code statement. Now simply you have to save the notepad. You have to create a particular folder. So here I have already opened a folder HTML demo. Okay, so here I am going to save my internal notepad. Let it be internal. So students, remember you have to give an extension always HTML. Okay, so give an extension .html. Write any file name and give an extension .html and click on save. So my notepad will be saved in a particular folder. Okay, now you have to open any internet browser. You can open Mozilla Firefox. So here I am opening the Internet Explorer over here. So I'll just open the Internet Explorer. So you can use any browser. You can use Mozilla, you can use Chrome. Okay, go to the menu bar, click on the file option, open, and browse for the notepad which you have saved with the extension .html. So I'm going to browse it over here. So this is where my HTML demo folder and internal notepad is present. Click on OK and you will see the web page appears on the browser. So I have changed the background color to red. This is how you can apply inline style to your web page. Okay students, so this was a practical example of applying the code to the inline style. Next we will see about inline style. So previously we have done about internal style. Next we'll do about inline style. For inline style, what you have to do, you have to start with the HTML tag. Okay, so editing I'm doing it over here. You can do it on a new notepad also. HTML. Okay, so this is my HTML, and then I will open a body tag over here. Okay, so I'll just remove this. So I have opened the HTML tag. So I will again close the HTML tag. I have opened the body tag and I have to close the body tag. Okay, so this is how I will do it. Now I will write the element. For element I am giving h1. H1 stands for heading. The first heading style, h1 style equal to double quotes color blue. Okay, so let it be color blue and put a semicolon, close the double quotes and close the style. Okay, so you will just close the style and you can type any statement you want. Okay, so I'm going to type it over here. This style turns the heading blue. Okay, so this is inside your h1 style, and now you have to close the h1 tag. So I'll give a forward slash in the angle bracket and write h1. Okay, and just close the angle bracket. Okay, so this is how you can give a style color blue to the heading one. Okay, now I will do another tag, that is P. P stands for paragraph. This is a paragraph. Okay, and I will close the paragraph tag with the forward slash. You have to close. So remember students, when you open a tag you have to close the tag. Okay, So I'll save my notepad. I have again saved the notepad, and I'll go to the browser and I'll just refresh it. Okay, so if you have made a new notepad, you again have to browse it over here, open it, and you have to view the style. So see students, this is the second inline style, how you can do it. You can see over here the output of inline style, it is in the blue color. So heading 1 is in blue color and the paragraph is in a simple format. So this is how you can apply an inline style. Next we will see about the background properties. So you can change the background color, you can change the background attachment, you can change the background position, you can change the background size. So many things you can do with the background properties. So these background properties allow you to set various background attributes for different elements in a web page. Okay, so today I am going to show you how to set an image in the background of a web page. For that you have to first save the image in the same folder. Okay, so here I am having the image of logo.jpg file that is already stored in the folder where I will save my notepad statement. Okay, so here I am having a folder as HTML. I have saved the same file or the picture in the same folder. Okay, so you can see over here internal and logo is present in the same folder. Okay, so now I will start typing my code. Again we have a HTML, so let it be HTML. Rest all I will remove it. Okay, so body will be there, rest I will remove. Okay, so now to give a background image you have to open the body tag. Open the body tag, write style equal to double quotes background image and do a colon URL, and in the bracket you have to give the name of your image. Okay, so the name of my image is logo. What is the extension of my image? Extension of my image is JPG, and just close the bracket. Okay, and put a semicolon over there. Now this is how your background image will be shown on the screen. Okay, so just I will show you. I have closed the body tag over here. So this is how I will save it, and I will just show you a demo of it. Give a refreshment and you will see the image appears on my web page. So this is how you can put a background image on the web page. Now I wish to move the position of my picture to the top right. How can I move the position to the top right? Again go to the coding. Okay, and write it over here. Second element I will write as background repeat and no repeat, so my image won't get repeated again and again. Okay, so this is, keep it a semicolon. Second element I will add is background position. So I'm going to add a background position. So what is the position I should keep? So let it be right top. Okay, again a semicolon. Next I have to give a background size, so I will give a background size. This is my element, and what will be my value? Let it be 20%. Okay, so 20% is the width and 20% will be the height. So this is your width and your height. Again close it, the double quotes, okay, which we have started earlier, and you have to close the body tag. Okay, so this is how your body tag. Now if you want to write a paragraph, you can write it. Simply open the p tag and write this is a web page. Okay, so this is how you can write any heading, and you have to close the paragraph tab and you have to save the notepad. Okay, so I will save my notepad, and now I will go to my browser and I will just refresh it. Okay, so students, you can see I have set the image in the background that is at the top right position. Okay, and I have a paragraph that states the statement this is a web page. Okay students, so you can understand the background properties with the help of this example. So try to add another background color and you can repeat the image. Okay students, so try this at home. This is your practical work. Add a color to the background and repeat the image vertically. Okay students, so till then, thank you.